Hello, you. It's me. And with all this controversy going on about Dave Chappelle and how he's transphobic and how horrible and terrible he is, I wanted to tell my story of Pride when I went to Pride. Now, the first time that I went to Pride, it was a smaller town, so it didn't have like a big parade. Instead, they had kind of like a flea market sort of thing where people were outside and selling goods, a lot of them that they made themselves. And it was t-shirts and hats and little pins and, things like that. And even though I couldn't afford to buy anything, walking around, talking with people, it was actually a really nice experience, and I loved it. And so the next year, I was in a much bigger place, Los Angeles, and I thought, I would like to go again, because the first time I went was a lot of fun, and I'd like to actually see a parade, etc. Also, they had been advertising for canvassers to go around during the parade and ask people to sign up and donate to AIDS research. Now, to me, that was a very important thing. At the time, they were still using experimental medications to try to figure out what would best help somebody with this horrible disease. And so I thought, wow, I can enjoy the parade and maybe get some signatures and help out people that are in need. So this sounded like a wonderful thing to me. So the morning of the parade, I met in a little office on the street of the parade and met up with probably about 10 people. And the guy who was organizing the canvassing told us what we do. Just walk up and down, ask people, hey, do you want to sign up to help AIDS research? Very simple, very straightforward. And then he gave us a clipboard with lots of paper and a pencil. And he said, okay, the parade is starting. There's a lot of people out there, so go get your signatures. And I was psyched. I was really excited. So I went out to the parade, and I walked the entire parade twice, I think. And it was a pretty big parade, so that took me maybe 4 hours to do. And it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. It was terrifying for me. Doing the canvassing part was easy, but people spitting on you, people telling you you don't belong here because I'm not gay or lesbian or trans. People were really cruel to me, and I tried very hard to approach people that were just partying and having a good time, and there was a lot of those. I tried actually not to go up to because I didn't want to harsh their fun, but those were the ones that were the most outspoken about me not that I shouldn't be there. They yelled at me, go home and get out of here, you don't belong here, like I said. And it was such a horrible experience that I was trying to do something good. I mean, genuinely trying to do something good. And it was just awful. And I was on the verge of tears, or I might have been crying at this point. I don't remember. But a very nice woman with 2 little children came up to me and said, you poor thing. And she signed my petition and donated, I don't know, 10 or 20 bucks, something like that. And it was the only actual signature that I got the whole entire day. And I was so defeated and disappointed. I went back to the little office where I started, and I said, I'm sorry, I just couldn't get anything. At the same moment, another guy came in who had been briefed along with me, and he was this young young kid, maybe 20 years old at most, and he had to keep coming back to get more. He had so many signatures that he filled up his papers that he needed to get more. That's how well he was doing. And that just made me feel even more defeated. I couldn't believe how cruel and nasty people were to me at the Pride Parade when I was only there to try to do good things. You know, it really devastated me. And I haven't been to a Pride Parade since. And I don't know if they've gotten better. I can only hope that they were more like my first experience, not my second. But claiming that because you're in the LGBT plus community that somehow you're absolved of everything and you're just so sweet and innocent and couldn't hurt a fly is just bunk. It's just not true. There are plenty of people in the LGBT community that are cruel and horrible. And that's one thing that Dave Chappelle talked about, is the cruelness that they sent to his friend Daphne, I think. And one of the big reasons why she ended up dead. There's a lot of cruelty out there. And I'm not saying all LGBT people plus people are bad. They're not. I've had plenty of friends in that. In fact, I thought maybe I had been part of that at some point too. You're not inherently bad because of your preferences, but when you gang up on a young girl who's trying to do nice things and just are just mean, yeah, there's a lot of people who do that too. It made me so upset. I still get upset thinking about it now, and that was quite some time ago. But yeah, just because you wear the LGBT plus community label doesn't automatically make you a good person, doesn't automatically make you an oppressed person. You're just a person like everybody else, and how you treat people matters. That's all I have to say.